the business decision was made to move on from Frank Reich. He has landed with the Panthers. Here's a snippet from our conversation yesterday of Reich talking about their effort to turn over every stone in search of the next Carolina quarterback.
I mean, I think we all know it's fair to say that every coach would say, hey, the ideal situation is draft a guy that is your quarterback for the next 15 years.
Sure.
But, we're picking 9. You know what I mean? So, we have to consider every option.
Options, right.
I'd love to say if we're, so we have to consider everything.
It could be gone by the time you're at 9.
It could be gone.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's not always a path that you want. But, and we do like the option of Derek Carr, who we talked to last night. I mean, I'm excited about that option, but we are looking at everything.
Yeah, Derek Carr, I mean, do you think you'll get is there a time frame on when you think you get an answer from him here in this conversation, or you guys make up your mind on that?
Yeah, I mean, that's the big thing, you know, and hey, the only way to do it is be transparent, which we were. We both kind of shared our positions. He's trying to see if it's the right fit for him, and we're trying to see if it's the right fit for us. The timing is a factor, right? It could play a factor in the decision. So it's complicated, but that's what we do.
Yeah,
they're in a weird spot. They're one of the teams that got to calculate things about as good as anybody here, right? Because all the reasons you've laid out already, and like we were saying there yesterday, they're sitting there in a spot where you can go, damn, they're all gone, and we didn't sign a free agent quarterback. So they got to really gauge this the right way, and they're going to have to figure out at some point here soon whether they're just going to go, okay, veteran quarterback, we're going to go with it, or we're going to make a move. And we're going to trade up, and we're going to make sure we get one of these young guys and just take the guessing out of it here. So they're in a little bit of a weird, tough spot sitting at 9.
And adding to that, this annual building tension, obsession by David Tepper, the owner of the team, to get that quarterback.
Right.
I think back to, and I remember the seeds of this were planted. All or Nothing on Amazon. The series that delved into, kind of like in-season Hard Knocks. Before HBO started doing it with NFL Films, there was the series on Amazon. It would come out later. It didn't come out during the season. It's like months after the fact. They had this in-depth look. They did the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Cowboys. They did 3 or 4 different teams, and then pandemic scuttled it, and it never came back. David Tepper sitting in the back of an SUV saying, everything's set up for teams to be 500 in the NFL. The way you skew it in your favor is to have great quarterback, great coach, great GM. And I remember thinking then, you're going to fire Ron Rivera. He's going to go out and hire a coach that he thinks is a great coach, and he just wants his own guy. He wants to go hire a great coach, and he wants a great quarterback. And he's yet to find the great quarterback. He thought he had a great coach in Matt Rule just because he paid him a lot of money. That didn't work. He may have a great coach now in Frank Reich, but now the last piece of the puzzle is go get that quarterback, and they've been trying, and they've been trying, and they've been trying, and they've been failing, and the guys they do get don't pan out.
Yeah.
There's got to be a point where David Tepper's just like shell-shocked by all this. Like everything we do when it comes to quarterback doesn't work. So what the hell do we do next? Because I feel like whatever we do doesn't work.
Yeah, they're in a tough spot. They are. They've been a little unfortunate, a little unlucky in that whole conversation. And yeah, their hands are tied here a little bit, because again, they're not going to bring Baker Mayfield in. They've already done that. That's not happening. I don't know. Jimmy Garoppolo's interesting, but I can't imagine that being the answer there in Carolina. I feel like it's Derek Carr or one of these quarterbacks. And then, with the Derek Carr conversation, there's a lot of things that go into that too. I mean, are you just sold that Derek Carr's the man and going to lead your team for the next 4 and 5 years, right? To just, we'll just give him a boatload of money and just so what and go. That, that's a scary situation too, right? So you got to man, that's another factor you look at. How long, if we do sign Derek Carr, how long are we going to be tied to him? Are we going to get stuck there? And then, wait, we had a year like he did this past year, and you go, no, well, okay, maybe this is the new Derek Carr here, who misses some throws and misses some plays late in the football game, and you go, right? Oh, no, but we got him signed up for the next 2 or 3 years. We're in trouble here. So, man, there's a lot of juggling in this conversation, let alone team like the Jets out there who are also interested in Derek Carr, and you got to worry about that as well. And, for a team that got a quarterback, I think, guy that has a great eye for quarterbacks in Frank Reich and Tepper, who wants it. Damn, they just can't seem to get it to fall right for them and be in the spot to make it happen.
And you know, as you're explaining Derek Carr's career, it's not completely apples to apples, but the idea that guy who was once pretty good, guy who was an MVP candidate at one point and now has fallen off, that's Carson Wentz. And what happened when Frank Reich brought Carson Wentz to Indianapolis? So I think for the same reason the Colts have had enough of the veteran quarterback revolving door.
Yeah.
I think Frank's probably had enough of it too.
Yeah, I would.
Look at what it did to him.
I would hope so. You know, listen, as a guy who, you know, just evaluates the league and looks at it and Carolina and where they are, right? I respect Frank Reich, and you know, it seems like David Tepper is willing to do whatever it is he's got to do to get it done. And then you look at that team in totality. You know, they're a team there that I don't look at them necessarily like, you know, some of these other teams where they don't have a ton of holes. We saw down the stretch here. They got a team here. So they are in a spot now, at least in my opinion, where you can start to go, wait. We don't have to worry. What are we worried about our third-round pick and some other picks in the future for? We kind of got a team right now that's ready to go. You know, we've discussed this. Their O-line, Frank Reich said that to us. The way they played at the end of the year, we saw that. You know, DJ Moore's a superstar receiver. They got two other good receivers to go along with it. The defense, as we saw down the stretch, as Frank Reich told us yesterday, they got two blue-chip D linemen in Burns and Derek Brown. They got some big-time corners on the outside. They got safeties. They got a lot of things that are positive. So they're a team that I look at to go, wait, you're kind of ready here maybe. Maybe you guys do need to make this move and get up there and just go all in and get this damn quarterback so you're not stuck in this situation, and poor Frank Reich stuck in this situation for, you know, second, third year in a row. It's just so I when it's all said and done, I think they're going to be a team that's going to make a move. I just feel that, but, you know, again, I don't know that. It's just my gut.
When you have had multiple veteran quarterbacks that you wanted say no thanks, the only way you get one is to involuntarily draft him to Carolina and give him no option other than to sit out. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.